Thanks again for taking a look at my hunter for me.
Oh yeah, no problem.
It is.
Oh, well, it doesn't look too bad. Wait, Tim?
No, Kevin.
Tim?
Kevin, it's
What-
okay.
What is that?
Okay, look, I can explain. What if I told you that I found a way for a hunter with 40 mobility to get their dodge back faster than a hunter with 100 mobility? Now, obviously, that's a bold claim, so before I show you what goes into this build, let me show you the results of this build. To test this, we're going to take a trip to my favorite testing ground, the Altars of Sorrow. On the left, we have a hunter with 100 mobility. On the right, we have this build with 40 mobility. Both loadouts have double perpetuation mods active. See that? This build gets the dodge back between 7.4 and 9.1 seconds, while the 100 mobility takes about 13.6 seconds. Obviously, you can still use this build with 100 mobility. With this setup, you could get your dodge back in as fast as 5.9 seconds. So, why would I not want to have 100 mobility? I guess you could say it's the Titan in me trying to make a point. With the Slow Cooker Hunter, you can boost your survivability using your other stats without sacrificing your life-saving dodge. Your mobility may be low, but you can roast your enemies and duck out of the way before you get one-shot sniped by a Scion. Again. For your Gunslinger subclass, you have some freedom with your abilities. Super can be whatever you're comfortable with, and your melee and grenade should be something that deals Scorch. More on why later. You could use whatever dodge you want, but I would recommend using the Marksman's dodge. Not only does it synergize with our weapon-heavy setup, it also takes the least amount of time to recharge. You can use whatever aspects you want with this build too. If I had to make any recommendations, I'd suggest equipping On Your Mark. Because this build relies more on guns than abilities, having the bump to your reload speed will be a huge benefit. The key fragment you need to equip is Ember of Singeing. Every time you inflict a target with Scorch, you gain class ability recharge. This is how we get our dodge back so quickly. Middle Tree Gunslinger had this perk prior to the update, but now it's on the menu for all classes. Next, we come to exotics. This build's hot meal ticket to success is a Wormhusk Crown Helmet. Whenever you dodge, you get a quick burst of healing. While Titans have their Sol Invictus, and Warlocks have their, well, everything else, Hunters don't have much in the way of self-healing. Sure, healing grenades are an option, but since we want to deal as much Scorch as we can, we need that slot for other things. Wormhusk Crown fills that role. If we take enough hits, one quick dodge will help us keep firing. If it's a Bane in the Crucible, it'll help you out in PvE too. To be honest, I've used this build since before Solar 3.0 came out. Like I mentioned before, Middle Tree Gunslinger had a perk that let you recharge your dodge by damaging burning enemies. I, like many others, used the Trace Rifle Prometheus lens to exploit this. A couple of quick bursts and I could dodge again. Unfortunately, Solar 3.0 came with some exotic weapon reworks, including Prometheus lens. Bungie said they were going to give it an improved burn, most likely to work with the new Scorch mechanic. However, Scorch can only be applied after sustained damage. Now, those quick couple of bursts turned into a full magazine before my dodge was back. If I still wanted to use this build, I had to find an alternative. Thankfully, Prometheus lens wasn't the only exotic that got reworked. Like a phoenix from the ashes, the gun that reignited the Slow Cooker Hunter was the Skyburner's Oath. Along with dealing bonus damage to Cabal, this scout rifle has two revamped firing modes. You can practically snipe people from across the map when you aim down sights, but its hip fire mode is what you'll be using the most. Your shots will lob like a grenade launcher, but the resulting explosion will inflict Scorch in quick succession. It's not as fast as pre-changed Prometheus lens, but it gets the job done. The gameplay loop is pretty simple. As your health goes down, dodge to heal with the Wormhusk Crown. To get your dodge back, whip out your Skyburner's Oath and hit anything and everything. You get more of your class ability back with each stack of Scorch you give. This works on bosses too, though it may take a little longer. Thanks again for tuning in. I've had this build cooking for a while now, and I am stoked to finally share it with all of you. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and a follow, both here and on our socials. If you've got any fun builds you like to run, share them with us in the comments. Also, make sure to check out our merch link in the description below. We've got one more solar build in the creative oven, so set your timers and check back in the next round. Take care!